Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu has appealed a 12-year jail term and 53.5 million Kenya shillings fine. His lawyers have raised 57 grounds of appeal, arguing against his detention at Nairobi Remand Center. The Anti-Corruption Court last week found Waititu guilty of conflict of interest and dealing with suspect property charges after he received millions from Kiambu. And as Mike Kagwongo reports, Waititu has urged the court to allow the bond security he had deposited during trial to be applied as a continuing bond to secure his release. Take a look.
After being sent to the hospital, former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu has appealed the decision to condemn him to 12 years in prison in connection with the 588 million shillings corruption case. Waititu has accused trial magistrate Thomas Nzioki of failing to thoroughly examine the prosecution's case in his document submitted to the Milimani Anti-Corruption High Court. In his affidavit, the former governor said the trial judge erred in law and fact by failing to consider key exceptional and unusual circumstances crucial to the determination of the case. Waititu says the court proceeded with the trial before it having stripped him of the presumption of innocence and thereby shifting the legal burden of proof from the prosecution to himself. Waititu highlighted how he is suffering from a combination of violent high blood pressure and diabetes, which are medical conditions that require him to take special care and constant medical attention, as they are conditions that can only be managed but not cured. He says he is ready to adhere to any bail or bond terms and any other conditions that may be imposed by Honorable Court. In the application, lawyer Dunstan Omari said Waititu is the sole breadwinner and therefore being in custody pending the hearing and determination of the appeal will leave his family destitute and desperate, and their livelihood will be greatly compromised if he remains in prison during the pendency of the appeal. Omari said Waititu is apprehensive that unless the High Court grants the order sought, the court shall proceed to execute his sentence, which will cause him great prejudice.
He can be stabilized so that there is nothing called preferential treatment for Babayao. He is a legislator, he's a politician, he's a citizen, former governor. Let him go and sleep in prison like anybody. As we are talking like this, Babayao is undergoing medical treatment at industrial area prison.
Waititu has urged the court to allow the bond security he had deposited during trial to be applied as a continuing bond to secure his release. Magistrate Thomas Nzioki Thursday last week found Waititu guilty of conflict of interest and dealing with suspect property charges after he received millions from Kiambu County through the 588 million shillings roads tender. He had to choose between serving 12 years in prison or paying a fine of 53.5 million shillings. Mike Kagwongo, TV 47, Nairobi.